Hello, children. Good afternoon to one and all. So, in the last class, a little bit revision we will do what all we have learned in the last classes. So, a little recap. So, in the last class, you have learned what do you mean by power, human as a resource, how the human beings have been considered as a resource, not as a liability, not as a dependency for the economic development. And also, I have learned about investment, human capital they will invest in the health and education in what way you have learned, and also about the two stories of Sakal and Vilas, how those two friends, due to their family condition, how what are the difficulties they were facing. Sakal, he got the good job, good salary, as well as the Vilas, he became as an unskilled labor because due to his financial condition. And also you have learned about economic activities which were being done in our country. So we have divided economic activities into three categories. One is primary sector, secondary sector, and the tertiary sector. So under that you have learned what are the activities will be under their consideration you have learned. So in today's class you are going to learn about um, market activities and non-market activities that I should explain for you people. Yes. So economic activities, once again they have divided into two parts. One is market activities. Second one is the non-market activities. So market activities, it involve remuneration to the person who perform an activity and pay for it, as well as they will earn the profit. Example, production of goods and services including the government services there. So market activities, it involves remuneration, that is salary. Whatever perform, whatever activity they are doing, according to that they have to pay the remuneration or a profit there. Non-market activities means these activities are not paid as a production of these activities for self-consumption. For an example, women doing domestic work, looking after the children, are non market activities. So, while men working in the field earning money, which they spend on the rearing their animals, are market activities. Division of labor between men and women and the families due to the historical and cultural reason. So, in the last class, after the tertiary, there are once again we will divide into two parts economic activities. One is market activities, second one is the okay. So second one is the non-market activities. Market activities means I have told these involve the remuneration for to anyone who performs the activities. So according to their activity, the salary will be paid to them. So what do you mean by market activities? Means non-market activities are the production of self-consumption. These can consumption as well as the processing of primary product and own account the production of fixed asset there. Okay, for an example, a mother, she is serving the family without doing any kind of domestic chores. Only if she is doing means it will consider as a non-market activities. If that family member earning in a field by working in some other field, means that we consider it as a market activities. Okay, so due to the historical and cultural reasons, from ancient period till here, there is a division of labor between the men and women there. Okay, whatever activities you are seeing, it is due to the historical and cultural reasons. Why this statement I have taken means, even till today, some of the women, they are not having any opportunity to work in outside. Okay, the men society will think that women should not get the opportunity to go and work outside to earn the money for herself. So in this way, some category of the people, they will think like that in the society. So because it is due to the transfer of the culture and tradition, that is the cultural reasons behind, and the division of labor has been made there. Okay, according to the society, according to the men's society, women has to look after the domestic chores, that is domestic activities, and men should work outside, they have to work in the field. So same thing, Sakal's mother, Sheila cooks the food, clean the utensils, wash the clothes, clean the house, and look after her children. Same thing, Sakal's father called Bhuta. He used to work in the field, and he used to sell the crops what they are growing, and they will earn the money from the market area. So Sakal mother, Sheila, she is doing only domestic chores. She is looking after the children, cleaning house. When you compare with the Sakal's father, that is Bhuta, he used to do the work in the field, and whatever crops he is getting he will sell in the market and he will earn the money. Okay, so Sheila is not paid for this kind of services, so whatever work she is doing, it is not a paid full there. But Buta, he will earns the money because whatever cultivation he is doing in the farm as well as in the agricultural field, he is getting the remuneration for that one after selling his crops. So women are not paid for their services delivered in the family. The household work done by the women is not recognized as a national income. Okay, at present, the women work, whatever they are doing in the home, it is not considered as a national income there. So same thing. If I take the another example, Geeta. Geeta is the mother of Vilas. So she will earn the money by selling the fish. So thus the women are paid for their work when they enter in the labor market. Okay. So when you compare these two people, Sheila, she is doing the domestic chores, domestic activities, but she is not given any kind of salary. So if you consider the Vilas mother called Geeta, she is selling the fish in the market, then only according to her activity she will get the money. So when the women's, when they will enter in the labor market means, then they will get the remuneration or a salary for their work. So their earning like that, their male counterpart is determined on the basis of skills and education. So same thing. So to earn the money for the earnings for their remuneration, they will determine the two determinants. One is education and second one is the skill. So education and the skills are the major determinants of earning any individual in a market. If you are having good education and if you are having a good skill, then you are able to earn money in a market. Okay, a majority of the women have merged education and low skill compared to the men. If you compare men and women, the women, she is not getting a good education and the skills are very low comparing to the men, because most of the women work in a primary sector which is lack of job security. Legal protection provides irregular as well as low income will be there. So how the men, they are earning the more remuneration. If you compare with the women, the remuneration is nothing but a salary. Their salary is little bit low. So even though the men society give the equal opportunity to work in the different kinds of activities, means they will not have that job security, legal protection will be not there, and irregular salary. How the men's are getting the more and more salary, if you compare to the women, they are getting the less salary. Equal remuneration, equal salary is not there, is not given to the men and women in a society as well as in the economic activities. Okay, and there is also absence of basic facility. If the women, if they are working outside means, some basic facility should be given to them, like legal protection. So if they are working day and night means, a vehicle should be provided to go safely to her home, as well as the maternity leave. If she is a pregnant means, till some months they have to give the maternity leave them, as well as child care leave. After the delivery, she has to take care of the child. So for that also the leave should be allotted. The women and high education skill are being paid equally as a men. So other social security system, I have told what kind of security they have to give. However, women with the higher education and skill formation are paid at a par with the men. Okay, so yeah, the women, if she is having both education and the skill, means whatever basic facility I have told, they will get in some other sector there. The people, if they are working in a private sector in a big company, if she is in a highest position, then she will get the equal remuneration. So among the organized sector, teaching, medicine attract them the most. Some women have entered the administrative and other services, including the job. So the need of high levels of scientific and technological competence. We are seeing that women. She is also trying to. She is trying to prove that whatever man is doing the work, we can also do the work. Okay, in this way, they are entering into the organized sector, in a teaching field, in a scientific field, in an astronaut, in other kind of activities which are present in our country. Okay, you can compare with your friends after your studies, after your 10th completion, what kind of career you want to choose, whether you want to become an is officer, ks officer, or a engineer, or a doctor, or a fashion designer. A lot of activities are been there. Okay, yeah, even till today the women are playing very important role in the economic development in a country. In each and every field we will see the presence of women. Okay, not only in the agricultural field, but also in the organized sector. The women now they are taking the mechanical engineering and they are doing their course. Before, many of the people were not doing that one. They were thinking that it is only belonging to the men, because they have to lift the lot of heavy materials, as well as they have to um, see the in that way they used to think. But at present, with a very challengingly, women are proving themselves that, um, if the men's society give the opportunity, means then we can also enter in the organized sector and we can show our strength. So in this way, many of the women's they are working in all kind of sector, not only in one or two sector, in all kind of sector. Women is also playing a very important role, how the men is playing very important role in the economic activities. So due to the transformation, nowadays they are giving the importance for women's education. Okay, a lot of scholarships as well as lot of policies are being made for the women education. They are encouraging the women to enter in the different kinds of field. So at present, women is entering towards the organized sector in a teaching field, medium of attraction of women, most. Okay, in the teaching field, in that medium, most of the women try to do um, in that area only. And also some of the women they will go in the administrative services as well as other services there. Okay, ask your classmates, ask your friends, after your studies what is your career, in which path you want to make your career, whether you have to become a doctor, engineer, ias, ks, ips officer, as well as a psi officer, etc. fields are being there. So the determinants of earning, if a men and women, if they are earning the money, okay, if we consider the human as a resource, earning is also one of the important way. Without earning, the human resource cannot develop there. So there are two determinants of the earning. So one is education and the skill. So these two determinants, if they are having, means they can earn anything in a market there. So if you do the division of a labor between men and women, means women's are not getting the equal opportunities how the men's are getting there. So that is why I have taken, they have given about the women, uh, which is behind the historical and cultural reasons. So next one is the quality of the population. So quality should be there. If you are having a huge population, means the quality should be given. In what way you have to give the quality, means it is depend on certain criteria called literacy rate, health of the person, skill, life expectancy. So if these determinants are being there means in the country, we can give a quality of a population as well as we can consider people as a resource. So the quality of a population depends upon literacy rate, how much literacy rate is there in our country, what kind of healthcare facilities we are giving to increase the life expectancy. That is how many years a person can live. That we call it as a life expectancy. Skill, what kind of skills they are providing through the education. So if these three are being there in a country in a proper way, then we can give a quality people to the world as well as to a country development. So the quality of a population ultimately decide by seeing the growth rate of a country. Okay, that is literacy rate. Illiteracy, unhealthy population are called as a liability, hurdle for economic development. Literacy and the health are considered as a asset. These are positive. If you are having a good literacy rate, if you are having a good healthcare facility means, then a population will be considered as, oh, in this country we are having a good quality of the population. If we start any kind of company here means we can earn more profit. So in this way, they will think and then they will set up the industries and other activities will be grown in a country there. So if the illiteracy, that is the people are more, they don't know how to read and write in a more population means, then we can't see any kind of development in the economy. As well as unhealthy, always the human beings are suffering from any kind of diseases and health services are poor in that country means, then that population will be considered as a liability in a negative way and it will become the hurdle for the development. So if a good literacy rate is there, if a good health is there means, then it is considered that country as well as that population will be considered as an asset. So among those, first one is the education. So in the next class, I'm going to explain about education, how the education is playing very important role. I will take the criteria of men and women. Here also the two ratio I will take to understand how many children, how many women and boys and girls, how many percentage they are getting the education. And also later on, I will discuss about the health, after that unemployment. So in detail I'm going to explain about these all assets which are been uh, which are been explained in this chapter there. So I hope today's class you have understood about determinants of uh, earning. One is education and the skill, division of labor of men and women, how they are being considered, how many remuneration has been given to them, and about market and non-market activities you have learned. If you are having any kind of doubt, you can just pin your question in the group so that I will try my level best to solve it your problem. So signing out, have a great day. Bye everyone.